Well, good morning to each of you. Thank you for being here this morning. This is our Monday morning practice here at Yoga Farm. My name is Pennee, and I greet you and welcome each one of you here this morning. If you have any kind of props and you'd like a blanket, or if you have blocks, or maybe a cushion to sit on and you like to use those in your practice, please grab those and have those handy. And if you don't, that is perfectly okay as well. Sometimes props are useful to allow us to deepen into a posture. And a blanket is always nice for Shavasana at the end of your practice, yet none of those things are necessary. So if you have something like that and you want to grab it, please feel free to do that. A couple of weeks ago, I did an abbreviated warrior flow, a 40-minute flow. And just so you know, today I'm going to be doing a 75-minute gentle warrior flow. So this is a little bit longer practice. It allows us to have a little bit longer Shavasana at the end and a little more of a meditation here at the beginning. I've been doing most of the classes for about an hour. So this one is going to be a little bit longer today. So I want you to know that up front. And hopefully that you'll be able to continue with us for those extra 15 minutes at the end. So that will be our class today, going through a gentle warrior flow, which allows us to be accessible to everyone. And I will give some modifications as we go through, so that if one way of coming into the pose isn't working for you this morning, then maybe another way will. And always feel free to look for those modifications for yourself. Our bodies are all so different, and each pose is going to look different in each of our bodies. And so just honor that, and bring in the gratitude with that as well. That we are here, you're here today, you're moving into your practice. So let's get started. We're going to start in a seated position. So finding your way down onto your mat and finding your way into that comfortable seated position. Whatever that might look like. It might be on your knees, it might be on your totally flat on your mat, or it might be like me, up on a bolster, blocks under the knees if you would like. Just finding that really comfortable seat this morning. And once you've found that nice little place to be, that place to start this morning, we'll begin with noticing your breath. There's no need to change it right now. Just notice it. Noticing as it comes in through the nose, just how it might feel, how it comes into the body, and how it leaves the body. We don't have to really think about our breath. Our bodies let us breathe, and we are breathed. And once you start to notice the breath, we'll begin to deepen it. So take a nice inhale here, letting the air come in through the nose, let it fill the lungs, and a nice exhale out. That exhale may be through the nose or through the mouth. This time we'll take a little bit deeper inhale, so bringing it in through the nose, down into the lungs, and now let that air come all the way down into the belly, filling the belly, and on the exhale, let that air come out, again, through the nose or mouth, maybe even with a little ha sound. move through this just a couple more times, taking that nice inhale, letting the air fill the lungs, the belly, a little pause at the top of that inhale, and now a nice long, slow release. Eyes here may be open, they may be closed, maybe your gaze is just downward. And allow the mind to start to notice that breath as it moves in and moves out. Letting the mind have that job of watching the breath as it moves in and as it moves out. Allowing the mind to now be connected with the breath and with your body. Always remembering that your breath is always in the present, as is your body. These are your anchors to the present moment, the living moment at play. And you can always return to the breath, to your body, to bring yourself into the awareness of the present. Let's just take a couple more of these, inhaling through the nose, letting the belly fill, suspending the breath, and that nice long slow release, connecting now with that ha breath. And welcoming yourself to your mat this morning, to your practice this morning. Always remembering that, your practice doesn't expect you to show up happy every day. All it asks is that you be present. It doesn't mind if we're put together. It doesn't mind if we have still our bedhead going on. As long as you arrive here. Things may be chaotic. Maybe your heart is even a bit heavy this morning. Your practice is not about that, in terms of it caring about that. Doesn't even care if you can touch your toes. All it cares about, and all it asks, is that you show up and that you be present. Taking a nice inhale, letting those hands come up overhead, shoulders stay relaxed. On the exhale, palms are down as the hands come down, and gently touching your mat here, noticing your connection, feeling your connection here. You've arrived at your practice this morning, welcoming yourself to your practice. One more time, let those hands come up on the inhale. On the exhale, palms are down, and just let the arms now come to rest on your knees, wherever they're comfortable. We'll move into your Sufi grind this morning. If you're up on your bolster, you can stay there, or you may want to come down onto your mat for this and be stable. On the inhale, bring that torso forward. And on the exhale, coming around to the side and to the back, inhaling forward again. Letting that spine move this morning. Maybe this is the first time this morning you've really moved that spine purposefully, intentionally, thoughtfully. Connecting that breath with the movement, inhaling as you come forward, exhaling as you move around to the back. On the next inhale, changing directions, noticing if there may be any differences from side to side, and just being curious about that. Starting to play maybe that Ujjayi breath, if you're familiar with that. Inhaling as you come forward. And on the exhale, finding that ha breath as the air comes back out through the nose. Just a little restriction in the back of the throat as you do that. Bringing this back to center. Taking a nice inhale, the hands come up overhead. And on the exhale, gently bringing the right arm down behind you. That left hand is on the right knee. As you inhale, imagine the spine growing longer. And on the exhale, gently turning the torso here, looking over that right shoulder. Letting that movement come from the torso, being gentle with the neck. Inhaling, hands back overhead. And exhaling to the other side. Again, on the inhale, let the spine reach high. And on the exhale, gently twisting, looking over the left shoulder. Inhaling, hands are back overhead. And a gentle exhale as the hands come down. So now let's switch our legs here. Just switch the direction. If your legs are crossed, just switch that direction. We'll do the twist again, and just notice now if there's a difference in the feel. We tend to sit in the same way every time. So just changing it up a little bit this morning. Take that nice inhale. Exhaling that right hand again behind you. Those fingers can be tented in the back if you'd like. Inhale to lift the crown of the head. And exhale, moving into the twist. Inhaling, hands back overhead. Exhaling to the other side. Inhaling to lengthen the spine. And exhaling into that gentle twist. Inhaling, hands come up. And on the exhale, bring those hands down, letting them rest where they're comfortable. And just taking a pause here, just to notice any differences from side to side. Allowing the stories, no judgments here. Just an awareness. From here, finding your way into your tabletop position. Always know you can bring a blanket under those knees if you'd like a little padding this morning. Those hands are stacked right underneath your shoulders. Knees are right underneath your hips. Let those fingers spread wide. And on the inhale, finding your way into cow this morning, opening up the chest. Exhaling, pulling that belly button up toward the spine as the chin comes toward the chest. Inhaling, opening the chest, that gentle arch in the back. And on your exhale, pulling that belly button up as the back rounds. Connecting with your breath here. Let your breath guide you through this motion. It might be nice and slow this morning, or you might want to speed it up just a little bit. But letting your breath guide you here. Exhaling into cat, inhaling into cow. Really warming up the spine now in a little bit different direction and way. Coming back to a neutral back, and letting those hips now move from side to side. The hips move from side to side, looking over the left shoulder at the left hip, and the right shoulder at the right hip. Just enjoying this motion this morning. Bringing those hands a couple of inches forward on your mat. Let the torso really start to move here. Let it move maybe in an organic way here. Just letting your body guide you. back to tabletop, bringing those hands right underneath your shoulders. That left foot now is going to just come out to the left side of your mat, like a little kickstand here. The right leg extends back, toes are tucked. On the inhale, that right heel comes down to the mat as the right hand reaches up, coming into a nice little side plank here. That right foot is firmly connected to your mat, or maybe you want to lift that right foot up this morning. Just noticing what's in your practice and allowing that to be just as it is this morning. On the exhale, that foot comes down, the hand comes down. Bring the knee in. Knees are both wide on the mat as you come down into your child's pose this morning. Let the forehead rest on your mat, maybe on your hands or your fists or a block, but just allow that head to rest. And maybe let the wrist relax a little bit here. Finding a nice inhale and an exhale. Coming back into tabletop. Repositioning your hands here. So they're right underneath the shoulders. This time that right ankle comes out to the right side of your mat. Left foot extends back with those left toes tucked. And on the inhale, that left heel comes down to the mat. The left hand reaches high, opening the heart space here. Again, that left foot is nicely connected to your mat, or maybe you lift that left leg this morning. Noticing your balance here from side to side. What's that like this morning? I'm noticing mine. And exhaling, foot comes down, hand comes down. Knees are wide on the mat, coming back into child's pose. Finding your way down. Again, letting that head rest. Finding a couple of nice inhales and exhales. Coming back into that tabletop position. Tucking those toes, widening those fingers, really letting those knuckles grip into your mat. Take a nice inhale here, and as you do, lift those hips right up to the sky. As you come into your downward dog this morning, walking those feet, pedaling one and then the other, letting those knuckles grip into the mat. Take an exhale here, just bending those knees briefly, and then coming back into that down dog. Really imagining yourself in that upside down V, sits bones reaching up to the sky. Not worrying if those heels come down to the mat or not. Coming now into a tabletop, or maybe you want to come into that plank position. This is your practice, so you get to choose in tabletop here or in plank. And on the exhale, coming all the way down to your belly. Now your chin, cheek, or forehead is resting here on your mat. The tops of your feet are really connected to the mat, as are your thighs. And as you inhale, lift the torso as you bring your hands forward. So you're on your forearms here, palms are down. Really imagining that tailbone releasing down toward your heels. Noticing your buttocks. It's firm but not clenched. Let the shoulders be relaxed and down here. Your gaze is gentle. Taking a nice inhale here and an exhale. On your next exhale, coming all the way down to the mat, chin, cheek, or forehead, again, resting, releasing, letting all gripping release. The next inhale brings you back into that gentle back bend. Maybe pointing those toes down towards the end of the mat. Again, releasing the tailbone down toward the heels. And just imagine this. Imagine it. If you're not exactly sure how that feels in your body, imagine it. And then let your body go from there. Exhale, back to the mat, chin, cheek, or forehead. Taking a moment here. Releasing those hands, bringing them back onto the mat, palms down, tucking those toes. Coming back into either tabletop or coming back into that plank position. Fingers are wide, gripping your mat. And on your inhale, coming back into your down dog this morning. Walking those feet again. Sits bones lifted high. Letting them back. Relax here. Head is between your elbows. Gaze is looking back through your feet. And now shift that gaze to look up towards your thumbs. And as you do, walk those feet right up to those thumbs. Bending the knees here and hanging into this forward fold. Now hands can be on blocks here. Hands can be on your mat, on your ankles, or maybe even on opposite elbows. Letting the head release, head and neck. Let them go. On your next inhale, bending those knees even more, gently rolling all the way up to standing. Hands come overhead, those thumbs connect, that gentle back bend. On the exhale, palms find each other as they come down to rest in front of your heart space. Eyes here can be open, they can be closed, gaze can be down. Noticing your feet connected to your mat, your hands in front of your heart space, your presence here in this moment. And asking yourself, what brought you here this morning? What are you seeking? Knowing that what you're seeking is seeking you. Notice if there's an intention that arises that you would like to bring into the rest of your practice this morning. Trusting what you hear. This intention may be for you, it may be for someone else. Just allow it to be what is. On your next inhale, those hands come back up overhead. Exhaling, hands come down, and as the hands come down, let the chin come down to the chest. Inhaling, the right ear goes to the right shoulder. Exhaling, the chin comes back to the chest. And on the inhale, let that left ear move towards the left shoulder. Keeping the shoulders down here and relaxed. It's finding some space between your ear and your shoulder. And moving through this with your breath. Exhaling, the chin comes back to the chest. And the inhale brings an ear to a shoulder. Knowing and noticing here if there's any place you'd just like to linger, taking a couple of breaths there. Feels good here. Inhaling, the head back over the shoulders. Let's just move those shoulders a little bit this morning. Inhaling, let the shoulders roll up towards the ears, and on the exhale, back and down. Just letting things release here. Hold a lot of tension in those shoulders. Reversing that motion, the inhale brings them up. Once again, the exhale now brings them around to the front. Just letting them move. Bringing this to a closed stillness. Inhaling, those hands come up to a T. And just find some little circles here. Little circles with your arms. First in one direction and then the other direction. Release that down, give that a little shake. On the inhale, let the arms open, the chest open, and on the exhale, just round that back, letting the arms come forward, letting the back of the hands meet. Inhaling here to open, and exhaling, rounding the shoulders, belly button to spine. Inhaling, one more time. And release that down and shake them all out. Shake all of that out. Shake the legs out. And let that all just move through you. Inhaling here, those hands come overhead. Exhaling, the right arm comes down. Inhaling, those left fingers high. On the exhale, those right fingers reach low, really opening that side body this morning. Inhaling, both hands up. And on the exhale, that left arm comes down. Inhale to lift. And exhale to reach down. Inhaling, both hands come up. Find some gentle movement here. With your breath again, just let the spine move. Opening the side body. Inhale, both hands up. Exhaling, those hands down. Let those feet become a little bit wider than hip distance. Really noticing yourself grounding from your hips down to your feet. Allowing the top of your body to start to move. And as you do, the arms start to swing, gently tapping your lower back. Waking up that lower back, letting energy move here. And if you'd like to extend this motion, you can let those heels lift. Let the heels lift, maybe making this a little bit more of a twist. Letting that back hand continue to tap the lower back. Gently bringing this to a close. The arms come to stillness. Bring those feet back in. And just give that all a shake this morning. Shaking the wrists, the hands, the elbows, the shoulders. Shake the legs. Just really let that shaking move energy this morning. Energy that may be stuck or stagnant. Just let that move. Let that go. Shake that up. One of my favorite parts of yoga. Shaking it up. Maybe letting those toes bend one way and then the other. Giving the foot a little stretch. The other side. And from here, we'll find our way to the top of your mat. Now, if you have blocks and that you want to use them, you can bring those blocks with you. Blocks, books, or, as I said before, if you don't have them, that is absolutely fine. So once at the top of your mat, finding your feet here, noticing your feet connected to your mat, all four corners of your feet really connected to the mat. The hips are over your ankles, your heart is over your hips. And your head is nicely balanced on that spine. Take a nice inhale here, hands come up overhead. And as you exhale down, bring that right foot behind you. Right knee comes down to the mat. And hands can be on your blocks now if you'd like. Hands can be on your mat, on your blocks, maybe even on a higher setting on your blocks. That left knee is right over that left ankle. Opening the chest here. Breathing into this. Hands can remain right here on your block. They can be on your knees. Or maybe with a nice inhale, the hands come up overhead, palms facing each other. And just remembering, I am here now, and I am perfect, exactly as I am. Breathing, noticing where you're feeling this in your body, allowing the breath to move through there, and out from there. Gently bringing the hands down if they're up, tucking that back toe, inhaling, coming forward, and exhaling into that nice forward fold. Inhaling, bending the knees, coming to standing, hands come up overhead, gentle back bend. Exhaling back down to your mat, that left foot comes back. Left knee comes to the mat. Right knee right over the ankle. And noticing where the hands want to be now. On your blocks, on your knee, or extended overhead. Keeping the breath, moving in and out. Maybe finding that ha breath on your exhale. I am here now, and I am perfect, exactly as I am. Finding gratitude in that. Bringing those hands down. Tucking that back toe, stepping that left foot forward, coming into that forward fold once again. Bending the knees, inhaling as you slowly roll back to standing. Hands come up overhead, and exhaling them down. Bringing keeping those feet right underneath those hips. We'll do a gentle sun salutation this morning. And as always, this is your practice. And if you have a sun salutation that you love to do, please do that. I will guide you through this one, and you guide you through if there's a sun salutation that you just love. So on your inhale, hands come up overhead. On the exhale, swan diving down to your mat or your blocks, bending the knees. On the inhale, coming to a halfway right angle position. Sits bones are pointing back, the crown of your head and pointing forward. Exhaling, hands come back down to the mat, knees are bent. And on your inhale, come up into that chair pose this morning. Now hands can be high here, hands can be in front of you, hands can be in heart space, or maybe they're on your waist. Those knees are forward, they're parallel, and just finding your position this morning. Exhaling this back down to the mat, keeping the knees bent, rolling all the way up to standing, hands come up overhead, hook those thumbs, that gentle back bend. Exhaling back down to your mat. Knees are bent. On the inhale, knees straighten, coming into that right angle. Exhaling back down to your mat. Knees stay bent as you come back into chair pose or ferocious pose. Breathing here, keeping that breath moving. Let the breath sustain you through the pose. Exhaling back down to your mat. Inhaling, rolling up. Hands overhead. Exhaling down, knees are bent. Inhaling to straighten those knees. Exhaling back down to your mat. Inhaling, coming up into that chair pose this morning. Breathing here, your shoulders are relaxed. Maybe even have a little smile on your face. Exhaling back down to the mat. Inhaling, rolling up. Hands come overhead. Releasing those hands down. And just taking a moment here to pause. Feeling yourself connected to your mat. Connected to your practice, connected to yourself. Now finding those feet once again, moving into tree pose this morning. So allow your feet to really feel connected here. Four corners of your feet nicely connected to your mat, feeling your roots growing down, and finding that gentle gaze, your drishti, where you're looking maybe at where the wall and the ceiling meet. And once you've found that gaze, let your weight shift over into your right foot. And when your weight is in your right foot, let that left foot lift, that left knee rotates out. Now that foot might stay right on the floor. It might come to the lower knee, the lower leg, or maybe it's in your practice to come up to the upper leg, but it is not in my practice. So your leg can be here if you'd like, or maybe even on the floor. Take a nice inhale here, let those hands come up if you'd like, knowing your hands can be at heart space or on your waist, maybe growing the branches long this morning. Being aware that that foot is either below or above your knee, never resting on your knee, keeping that gaze, and then exhaling this down, bringing that foot out, giving those legs, once again, a nice little shake, reestablishing those feet. The weight now shifts and fills that left leg. Right knee rotates out, That right foot again stays on your mat, comes to the lower leg or the upper thigh. Mine is staying right on the floor this morning. Inhaling, if you'd like, those branches high. Breathing here, connecting with your gaze. If you're coming in and out of the pose, that's fine, that's perfect. It allows your body to recalibrate. And on the exhale, coming gently out of the pose, the way you went in. Take a nice inhale, hands come up overhead. And on the exhale, palms together in front of heart space. Taking a gentle pause here. Noticing where your mind is. And allowing that mind to come back onto the mat. And to come back into your practice with you. Release that down and finding your way back to the top of your mat. Connecting those feet, grounding down. Take a nice inhale, and as you do, step that right foot back. So the right foot is parallel with the back of your mat, the short side. Left toes are pointed forward. Let that torso come right up out of your hips. And as you inhale, straighten that front leg. And on the exhale, bend that front leg, letting that knee rotate out toward those small toes. Inhale, letting those hands come up high. And on the exhale, letting the arms come down to T as that knee rotates out. Inhale, up. Exhaling this down. Inhale brings the arms up. And on the exhale this time, bending that front knee. Arms are in T position. Now letting your gaze come over those left fingers. Noticing the back of that right foot is connected to your mat. Breathing here. Noticing your gaze. What is your gaze fixed on this morning? What is your intention? Do you see that intention? Do you feel that intention? Be that intention. Inhaling, coming back with a straight leg in the front. And on the exhale, reach those left fingers forward. They come down to find a resting place on your leg or your block as the right fingers reach up, opening that heart space, coming into your triangle pose this morning. Really letting that left hand find a place to rest. Inhale, coming back to standing. Exhaling those hands down. And turning that left toe in. So the left toe is in, as is the right toes. The heels are a little bit wider than the toes. Take a nice inhale here. Bring your hands to your hips. We'll be bending forward here, and as you bend forward, let your hands really let this bend come from those hip creases. So taking a nice inhale here. Bending forward, allowing the hands to come down to blocks or your mat. Inhaling to lift up to that halfway angle point. And on the exhale, coming into that forward fold. Releasing down, letting the head and neck release. Being mindful of your knees. There's no pulling in the back of the knees here. And if there is, just bend those knees. Just a teeny bit. Releasing down. And on the inhale, tightening those core muscles, coming back to an upright position. Walking those feet together, heel toe together, and give that another little shake. And we'll come to the top of your mat once again, finding those feet. And on the inhale, step that the left foot back. Right toes are forward this time. There's a nice line between that front heel and your back arch. And we'll start that. Inhale and exhale to bend. Inhale to straighten. We really warm up and move our legs here before we go into the static pose, which builds strength. So as you exhale, that knee bends. On the inhale, the arms come up. On the exhale, arms to T, bending that right knee. Inhaling up and exhaling down, that knee rotating out towards those small toes. You can see that big toe. Inhale up. And on the exhale, coming into that static position. Let the palms turn up here, and then just turn the palms over. Really releases the shoulders back and down. Your gaze is now over those right fingers. Noticing the sensations in your body. As we move through yoga, things, energy, thoughts, feelings move through the body, which may bring up emotions, it may bring tears, may bring laughter. And I would invite you to allow whatever is moving to move through. Inhaling, that front knee straightens. The exhale brings the right hand down to the right leg as the left hand reaches high, coming into that triangle pose. Breathing here. Now, if this is really hard on your shoulder, you can always lower that arm. Again, tuning into the body, listening to what the body is requesting this morning. Inhaling, coming back to an upright position. Exhaling this down. Walking those feet together, giving that a nice little shake. Stepping those feet wide now. This time the toes are pointed toward the corners of your mat. Those knees follow your feet. And take a nice inhale here, bring those hands up. And on the exhale, bend those knees, bring the arms into a cactus position. Those knees are rotated out. As you inhale, straighten your legs, hands come high. Exhaling back into that cactus position. Inhale to straighten the legs, hands come up. Now on the exhale, coming into that cactus position, knees are bent, the belly button is pulled in toward the spine. Pelvis is pointing right down towards your mat. Breathe here, feeling your strength. On your next exhale, bring those hands, the palms of your hands to your upper legs. And on the exhale, allow one shoulder to move towards the opposite knee. Inhale back to center, and on the exhale to the other side. Inhaling back to center, and find this twist on each, one more time on each side. Once you find yourself back to center, come back into that goddess pose with the hands up. Inhale, pushing up. Exhale, releasing. Walking those feet together. And once again, just let that all shake out. Give that all a nice shake. Letting things move, letting things release, letting things go. From here, we'll find our way all the way down to a seated position on your mat. Coming down mindfully, noticing how you get down there. Start by letting those feet be in front of you, legs are long in front of you, extended in front of you. Just take a nice inhale. We'll let the left hand come up, right hand is supporting you on the mat. And we'll switch sides here. Letting the right arm be long, left hand is on the mat. A little side stretch here as you release this down. Bring those legs wide now. Once the legs are wide, let the right leg come in. Now knowing that you can see that my knee does not extend down towards the mat. So you could use a block under here if that makes it more comfortable. Or if your legs are really tight, you can even use a block under the extended leg. Once again, finding what brings ease to your body. Inhaling here, lifting through the crown of the head, and on the exhale, walking those fingers forward to wherever you find that aha space. Wherever you find where your body is saying, this is exactly where my edge is. And breathe with that. Breathe steady and easy. Walking this back to your hand or your hands back and switching legs. Once again, that nice inhale to lift, and on the exhale, walk the fingers forward on this side, keeping the head and neck right in line with the spine, keeping the sits bones nicely connected to the mat, and noticing any differences here from side to side. I know I have a lot of difference from side to side, and it's always curious just to know that. We use our bodies differently from side to side, and so sometimes to just acknowledge that and nurture that, maybe even sending a little love to that precious body of yours. Walking those hands back, bringing both feet in, the soles of the feet now are together. Letting the knees flutter just a bit here. And maybe while the knees are fluttering, or you can bring the knees to a stillness and just give the soles of your feet a little rub here. Saying thank you for all you do to support me every day. Taking a nice inhale here, once again lifting, and on the exhale, coming forward. Just to wherever, again, that edge is for you this morning. And maybe that edge is different than it was yesterday, and maybe it'll be different from where it is tomorrow. But just be with what it is right now. And be okay with that. Our ego likes to talk to us and tell us what maybe we should be doing. So let's thank our ego for its input. Let's drop all our shoulds and just be. Bringing the hands up to the knees, bring those knees in, extend the feet forward. Taking that nice inhale, once again lifting that chest, and on the exhale, coming forward now. Once again, bending from those hip creases. This time, if you'd like to round your shoulders or let your head release, that's comfortable, feel free. Hands are resting on the floor, maybe on your legs, maybe on your knees. And just allow the body to invite you to go a little deeper. Using your breath, No forcing, waiting for the invitation. Walking this back to an upright position. Extending that left leg long on the mat, bringing the right foot up onto the mat. That right knee is bent. Now that right foot can be on the inside of that left knee or on the outside. So finding your position this morning. Take a nice inhale to lift that chest, and on the exhale, bring that right arm around and back of you. That left hand comes around that right knee. And take another inhale, and on the exhale, deepen just a bit more into the twist. Inhaling back to center. And exhaling, bringing the left hand around and back. A little counter twist here. Releasing this back to center, switching legs. Right leg's extended, left leg is now bent. Placing that left foot either on the inside or the outside of that right knee. Take that nice inhale. And on the exhale, that left hand comes around behind you. Right hand comes around that left knee. Inhale, opening, and exhaling, gently coming into that twist. Inhaling back to center, and exhaling, the right arm comes around. Little counter twist on this side. Finding your way back to center, bringing both feet onto the floor, knees are bent, hands are right behind your hips, fingers are pointed forward, chest is open here. I'm going into a boat pose this morning. Now in boat pose, there are many options here, many variations. In boat pose, you may just want to stay with your feet on the floor, maybe your hands are open. Hands may stay on the floor, toes can be on the floor, feet can just hover, can be in front or maybe extended. So truly find your variation of boat pose this morning. Take a nice inhale here, and let those feet find where they want to be. Hands remain right here, hands can come behind the knees, or maybe hands can be extended out. Keeping the chest lifted, noticing any shaking that's going on. I've got some going on. And exhaling this down. Hands come behind as the knees rotate just move from side to side. And from here, finding your way all the way down to your mat. Knees come into the chest. Give them a little hug as you roll gently from side to side. I'm bringing the left foot down to the mat. Right ankle comes over that left knee. That right foot now is nicely flexed, and maybe this is your perfect pose this morning right here. If you'd like a little bit more stretch, maybe lifting that left knee, hands coming behind the knee. That right foot stays nicely flexed, protecting that knee. Breathing here. Releasing that left foot down, releasing the right foot down, and changing sides here. So the left foot comes over, the left foot's flexed. And again, staying right here. If this is your pose this morning, sometimes it's fun to just experiment and see if what staying here feels like, what it affords you. Or if you love, 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 lifting that right leg, fingers threaded behind, and finding your way into the full expression of this pose. Releasing that foot down. Both knees are bent here. Walking the heels up toward the hips. Palms are down on the mat, facing down, arms are long. Taking a nice inhale here, and as you do, lifting the hips, pushing up through the heels. Breathing, chin comes towards the chest. Knees stay parallel here. Hands are flat on the mat or can be interlaced underneath the hips. Shoulders are walked back and under a bit. Breathing here. Coming into this beautiful bridge pose. And on the exhale, releasing the hands, gently rolling down, pulling those knees back into the chest. Gently moving from side to side here. Releasing the feet back down to the mat, knees are bent. Walking the feet now to the outside edges of your mat. So feet are wide. And once those feet are in place, let both knees come over to the left. So your shoulders stay nicely planted and connected on your mat. Your knees are both facing the left. That left foot may even want to come up on top of that right knee to deepen the twist. And it certainly doesn't have to. It can remain right on your mat. Breathing into the twist. Releasing that left foot down if it's up on the knee. Bring knees back to center. Readjust that spine. And bring now both knees over to the right. Right knee or right foot. May want to come up on that right or left knee. Again, shoulders are relaxed here. Your gaze can be toward the ceiling. Eyes can be open or closed. Just enjoying this nice little twist. Releasing the foot down, bringing the knees back to center. Pulling the knees into the chest here. Keeping those knees bent, extending the feet up toward the ceiling so the feet are parallel with your ceiling. Those V for victory fingers hook over that big toe and come into your happy baby pose this morning. What makes you happy? What brings a smile to your face? Maybe even a giggle. Reconnecting with that child that's in all of us. Releasing this down, feet come down to the mat. And then extend one leg long and then the other. Inhaling, hands come overhead. Have a nice full body stretch here. Releasing the hands back down to the side. And taking a moment here to notice if there's any other bend or twist or stretch that your body would really love to experience before settling into the final pose of Shavasana. So just notice if there's anything else that your body is asking for in order to feel complete in your practice. And once you have found that feeling of being complete, finding your way into your Shavasana. So you may want a pillow or a bolster under your knees. You may want a blanket over you, maybe a blanket or a pillow under your head. Really really allowing complete comfort here. Letting the shoulders relax here. Allowing your eyes to close, even maybe putting a sleeve of a shirt or a blanket over your eyes if you'd like an eye cover. We're taking a nice inhale here. And a long, slow release of the exhale, allowing the body to melt even deeper into your mat. Starting with the toes, just noticing the toes, the feet, the legs, noticing if there's any tension, releasing it, letting it go. Allowing the hips to relax, the torso to relax. Allow your back just to sink in to your mat, shoulders, the arms, the hands release. Noticing your jaw, maybe moving the jaw, opening and closing the mouth. Letting the eyes release, the scalp release. Allowing the whole body to surrender into this pose of rest or restoration. I will mind the time and hold the space. empty with gratitude. Receive your next inhale and release your exhale. Gently bringing awareness into the feet and wiggling your toes. Bringing awareness into the hands and moving the fingers. Gently moving the head from side to side. And pulling the knees in toward the chest. Giving them that little hug. And finding your way onto one side. And taking a gentle pause here. Being grateful for your practice this morning, for bringing yourself to your mat, and noticing the transition as you move from your practice on the mat to your practice off the mat as you go out into your day. A deep peace of the running wave to you, deep peace of the flowing air to you, deep peace of the quiet earth to you, deep peace of the shining stars to you, deep peace of the infinite peace, wisdom, and love be with you. And when you're ready, with no rush, finding your way to an upright, seated position. Bringing hands to heart space, palms together. And the love, the light, the radiance that resides in me recognizes, honors, and is deeply grateful for the love, the light, the radiance that shines from each one of you. Thank you for your presence here this morning. Namaste. Well, thank you for going on this journey with me this morning for your morning practice. I am always so honored to be here, to be with you, and thrilled that we can still be together for yoga. Have a really peaceful rest of your day, and I will see you next Monday.